Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenjar.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Friday Night Lights for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Friday Night Lights at Latrobe, of course. I seen about an hour and about 20 minutes, but I have to go somewhere, so I'll make the video a little early. So if I miss anything that happened later in the practice, then let me know down in the comment section down below. But it was cool seeing, of course, everybody get out there and make plays, especially guys who haven't seen, get the opportunity to go out there and play a lot. Like that, seeing them in action and stuff as well. Like Cole Holcomb, we haven't seen him play football. Really tackling football in a while like that. So see him out there in some of those drills and those backers, back versus backers drill like that, him going out there, getting tackled for loss, him going out there and showing his quickness and his movement is still there. That's good for the linebacker room because you already have Peyton Wilson, who we know can get side on the sideline, who's very good in coverage. We're seeing him and Kenny Gainwell going at it and different things. But Kenny Gainwell is a good player. From at the backfield like that. Kenny Gainwell did have some big plays today too. So having Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen, Cole Holcomb gonna be a nice trio of backers who can move and do different things, of course, cover, who can blitz in and do all type of things like that. So it's gonna be nice to see. And I'm hoping Peyton Wilson can make that next big jump like that. So him and Patrick Queen be on par, and they're gonna make the defense even better. But we did see, of course, Latrobe did have 13,653 people in attendance, which is very good. Steeler Nation obviously gonna show up and support the team every single time. That's very cool to see like that, have that type of attendance out there. We also seen, of course, the defense win the 7 shots drill. They start off 3-0. So 3-0 on the 7 shots drill. Darius Slay had 2 pass breakups versus DK Metcalf as well. He was playing very good, playing good in coverage. Just back-to-back good practices with him, just stacking good practices and just playing good, of course. DK Metcalf is a big physical specimen too, so you have to kind of beat him. You can't beat him with power like that, and he's fast enough to keep up with most people too as well. So you got to beat him with just technique and stuff. And Darius Slay did a good job getting his hand around, getting his head around, and looking at stuff as well, and making those plays on him. So we're gonna see more of that, of course, happening. As you guys know, preseason for everybody else, I think the Hall of Fame game happened yesterday for the Chargers and the Lions, but preseason for everybody else will be happening, I think, this coming week, next week. So you'll be seeing a lot of different games going on, and you see people actually getting real action. Of course, you can practice with your team, you can play with your team, but not the same when you play against another team, because you're trying to make a team, and the other person on the other side trying to make a team too as well. They're trying to go out there and provide for their family. So we're going to see who wants it like that. So that's when you actually can see how a guy perform. Of course, playing with your teammates in practice, you can get better, but it's not the same because you're not really looking to end this person in a sense. But when you play against opposing teams in preseason, I don't know who our first preseason game is. I think it's the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken, but it might be something else. But you play against a team like that, different teams and stuff as well like that, with guys trying to make the team, they're going to be more feisty. We're going to see who actually, okay, this guy right here is living up to the pressure and going out there and playing. Another guy who's living up to the pressure, I think, right now playing very well, even though he's not going to start this season, is Will Howard. Will Howard looks like a veteran out there. You see the throws and the reads and the mechanics and stuff as well, and the way he just carry himself as well as a quarterback. He can feel like a veteran presence out there a little bit in a sense. He got a few, I think, 2 touchdown passes in that 7 shots drill at the end of the 7 shots thing like that. They try to put the offense back on par to try to he tied it up at one point, but then the defense ended up winning it still. But he looked very good out there. He looked very good. You see some of the clips of him and stuff as well, and just see the ball placement of him as well. I think he had a play the other day where he took a 40-yard bomb down the field, so he been playing pretty good too as well. So Will Howard been learning a lot from Rodgers. He said Rodgers has been a good help to him. We mentioned that before in the interview. He's soaking all of it in. And I don't know what's going to happen next season. The Steelers going to go out there and draft a guy, or they go out there and say, you know what, we're going to build around and see how Will Howard do. Give him a chance, give him a shot. You never know what can happen. You never know. I know you're a 6th-round pick, and 6th-round picks don't really have a high thing on your radar, and that behind your list for things to focus on, but you never know. Tom Brady was a 5th-round pick, and he's the greatest of all time, so you never know what can happen. Antonio Brown was a 5th-round pick too, right? I think Brady was a 6th-round pick. Yeah, Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick, and he had made some magic. Antonio Brown was like a 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick. So sometimes you never know what can happen like that. Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft, and he's been in 2 Super Bowls, and he played at a high level too as well. So you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. You just got to get opportunity and a chance. So it's good to see him still going out there and playing like that, getting better and better. Another guy who I've been liking too as well, Caleb Johnson. Seeing him, that big run he had too with the stiff arm today, and then he broke through 2 tackles and got in the end zone as well to give the offense their first score when he was down 3-0 in the 7 shots drill. He been very physical, and I love a physical running back. You guys know, Jerome Bennis. We had him, of course, here. We had, well, actually, go back further then. You got Franco Harris. You had Rocky and Franco Harris. And then you have Jerome Bettis, of course, as well, another power back who's all-time level. And then, of course, you had, Willie Parker and them like that. But in the sense of like, big-time running backs, Le'Veon Bell, multiple-time first-team All-Pro as well, like that, very good. And then you go and get, of course, Najee Harris like that. Najee Harris is a Pro Bowl running back as well for the Steelers. He was a Pro Bowler one time as well. So yeah, the Steelers have always been good at having those power backs, guys who play physical, guys who don't go down from first contact. So it's gonna be nice to see how he kind of merged the offense. I'm loving his physicality, not going down on initial contact, staying on his feet. His ball carrier vision is very good. Now his hands is still working on it a little bit. But overall, we got Jalen Warren for that. Jalen Warren can go out there and run those routes and do the slants and all those stuff. We can line them up in the slide, do different things with him, the screen passes. We can just focus on Caleb Johnson being a power back, being north and south type guy, and using that power of his and the size of his to make big time plays on the ground for us. JPJ, he didn't practice today. JPJ said he was I don't know if he was injured or something, but he said he didn't practice today. He didn't suit up. I see Malu was suited. He suited up. He warmed up and did some stuff, but he didn't really play. I didn't watch the full thing too. I've only been like seeing updates and seeing highlights and clips for an hour, 30 minutes. I gotta leave a little bit. So let me know if he does go out there. But I didn't hear any report. I think I see a report. I said Malu still wasn't in. Yeah, they said Brother Jones was in doing first team reps, but Malu wasn't. So I don't know if he was like a little banged up or what's happening a little bit. Or Brother Jones was banged up. He had his quad wrapped up, had a strain. I think it was his quad or hamstring or something like that. But he had it wrapped up, had a little strain on his leg. But he came back, of course, the past 2 days practicing. So we'll see kind of how things go with that. But that was most of the stuff I want to talk about, of course. Darnell Washington dominating in the drill too as well, the back versus backers. Darnell Washington is a big specimen, so trying to get around him or trying to stop him is always very difficult for anybody to try to do and stuff. And just watching Darnell Washington too, you see him like practicing, and you look at some of those clips of him like moving the sled. He just lifts the thing off the ground and like almost flipping it over and moving it back about like 8 yards or something. He's just a physical specimen. He's 6'8". I told you guys when I went to the Steelers game in person when he played the Houston Texans, was that last season? The last season? I think it was last season, right? No, it was the season before last. That's the Kenny Pickett was still quarterback. Season before last, I think 2023. I went there. I'm 6'3", 240 pounds. I do my thing. I'm trying to lift and keep myself, pumped up. But Darnell Washington, maybe like he may be like an ant a little bit in a sense. He's 6'8". With them cleats on, probably 6'9", 270. And I was right in the front row and seeing him stand right there, like, man, that's a gigantic human being like that. So I would love to see him get a lot more time with the basketball. I said basketball. See, I've been thinking about basketball too. I was watching some the NBA stuff earlier. But I want to see him get more time, of course, with the football in his hands like that. Give him on the football in space and stuff as well. We've seen some plays, of course, where he get the ball and he just run. I feel like every time he catches it, he get a first down because he's so tall. He's like 6'9". He'll run over the first two guys and he'll always just stretch over and he'll get a first down. We're close to it every single time. So hoping the red zone, we do run up 13 personnel sets. We have 3 tight ends. We have Jonas Smith. We have Pat Frymouth, Darnell Washington. Those guys, and then DK Metcalf on the outside. And you create a lot of mismatches for opposing teams. I know a lot of people keep thinking the Steelers gonna get Terry McLaurin as well. That's another thing too I want to discuss before I end this video. Terry McLaurin would be great to bring in, but the Steelers, now one thing that the Steelers not paying a quarterback, so they do have money still to bring another guy in like that. But you got to pay him $33 million a year. You already paying, of course, to give a cap that as well. He's gonna be asking for the same amount because basically the stats are kind of the same, very similar. So we have to see kind of how things kind of shape out with both of them. If the Steelers was willing to do that. And I see some people say Micah Parsons, the Steelers should try to get Micah. I'm like, that'd be very interesting, very cool. It'd be amazing to get an elite player like that. TJ Watt and Micah Parsons, both sides, Cam Hayward, you got Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, JPJ, Deshaun Elliott. You have all these different guys, of course, on the team. The defense is already elite. It'd be a Super Bowl. But this team right here would be over the edge for Super Bowl because you have two guys like who's gonna be stopping TJ Watt and Micah Parsons every single down. It'll be crazy. You're disrupting a lot of things, but you had to pay him $41 million as well, probably more than TJ Watt, $42, $43 million a year. I don't know if the Steelers be doing that. You had to trade Alex Highsmith away, most likely, as well, and a pick or something, and try to do something, but I don't think it'd be possible. But you never know what could happen. The NFL is very crazy. I think the Steelers, if they was to make a move, it'd probably be for another receiver if they was to look for that. But Roman Wilson been showcasing some stuff in training camp, and also Kevin Austin been showcasing some stuff in training camp. So he might say, you know what, we might not need to bring another receiver in. We got to roll with the guys we have. So you never know what could go on. So I keep you guys updated on a lot of different things. Let me know if anything else happened, of course, in the Latrobe thing. I'm leaving a little early, so before they practice over, they got like 30 minutes left in practice. So let me know if anything crazy happened. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.